Locks, should you start them? If you clicked on this video because you're wondering like, should I start my lock journey? I don't know if locks are for me. I just want to share with you guys my experience on my lock journey, why I chose to lock my hair, and the lessons that it's taught me throughout life. We learn so many things with all kinds of different life experiences. Well, I learned a lot from my locks, so let's get into that. Life lessons from my lock journey may sound so like dramatic, but because it's like years of holding on to different experiences, different things, I feel like locks can carry energy overall. So the top 3 things that I've learned is that it's made me patient, humble, and grateful. Those are the main like skills and just things that I've learned on this journey. Patience is a big one, gratitude, and just being humble, being content with what I have. So how it's taught me contentment is it just teaches me to be content literally with what I have. I have hair on my head. I feel like a lot of the time we get wrapped up in like society and like social media more per se. On like social media, just like what our hair should look like. Oh, I want to look like this person, I want to look like that person. But when you're in your lock journey, you're kind of just locked in. Like you're like this with yourself. Like at the end of the day, whatever reason you chose to lock your hair, you become locked in. Like you're locked in with yourself. That's why it's called lock. So it teaches you to be content. Like yeah, you can admire someone's beauty, admire someone else's hairstyle, anything like that, but you don't really envy it as much per se. Like sometimes, like we all have our moments, but I just find that now that I have my locks personally, like I'm a lot more just like, okay, I'm good with what I got, you know what I mean? And I admire what other people got going on with their hair as well. Obviously, I'm still learning, I'm still working on that, to not like envy or like look at other people and be like, damn, I wish I could do that with my hair. And the thing is, locks are very versatile. So even if you're looking at some nice boho braids or whatever, you can do that with your locks. You can do braids, you can do all these other things. But I've just become really content with my overall appearance and like accepting that I want to embrace my locks. Basically, it just makes me happy with who I am in my skin, honestly, because I was able to like commit to something and watch it grow. So let's talk about discipline. I talk a lot about discipline on this channel. That's one thing. If you're like a dedicated watcher, you're gonna know discipline, it's not new around here. I don't know, discipline is just that girl. She's that girl. So we're gonna keep talking about her because these babies take some real self-discipline. I've had my days where I didn't want to have locks. I was like, even recently, I was like, oh man, like some days I really don't want to have locks. Sometimes I feel like I want to cut them off, which is so crazy to even think. But that discipline to just keep going is what kept me going. Like I literally taught myself, well, my locks taught me to have that self-discipline, and I applied that throughout my entire life and different aspects of my life. So the gym, I'm going to talk about that because I go to the gym pretty consistently. It's taught me discipline with that as well, to just kind of just keep going, because there's going to be good results at the end, like such positive results if you just keep pushing yourself to do something. I apply that with my workouts, with my meals most of the time. I've been slacking lately, but yeah. So definitely a lock journey will teach you to have discipline and sticking to something even on the days you don't want to do it, you don't want to stick to it, the days where like, oh, you just want to give up. But it's that discipline versus motivation that will keep you on that narrow path to keep going. So is it just me, or is commitment like kind of hard sometimes? And I'm not talking about cheating and all that stuff, like we're not talking about that, but just committing yourself to like something. But having my locks has taught me it doesn't have to be hard though, because it's like making a promise to yourself that you're going to do your best to commit to something. You're going to see something through. So that's another lesson in this journey, commitment. I committed to myself to see this through, to keep going, to like watch something grow. I feel like a lot of people struggle with commitment. If I'm being real, I feel like a lot of people struggle with commitment in all areas of their life. They don't really show up for themselves, and I haven't always shown up for myself too. A majority of people, I feel like it's really hard for them to show up for themselves and to put themselves first. Committing to like the gym again, or to just working out, to working on your body, to working on your soul, fall off a lot of the times, but it's okay. Like that's inevitable. There's gonna be your days where you're you're gonna fall off. But as long as you get back up and you stick to that commitment, that's all that matters. Yeah, so I've been committed to my locks. I've been committed. We're locked in. We're not going nowhere. We're like this. Definitely been applied as well to my personal life, like my friends, any relationships that I may be in or have, my family. Like, it's taught me to just see it through, to hold on to that promise, or it doesn't even have to be a promise, to hold on to that commitment that you're gonna be there for them. And then you also just commit to yourself that you're gonna be there for yourself first and foremost. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I get the urge to just cut them off the days I just feel so ugly, you know. I don't like using that word, but like I just feel so just like ugh. But I made a commitment to myself to not do that, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna fight that urge. Now let's talk about what's grown to become my favorite topic. Grown, keyword, self-love. I think that's a big one. Like, having locks, it's taught me some serious self-love, okay? Because I wasn't always I didn't even know what self-love was. I used to love people more than I love myself. Having my locks, being on this journey, has taught me, girl, you gotta love you. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have taken locks to make me start to love myself, but I did struggle with that. Like, me as a person, my identity, I didn't really know who I was until I locked my hair. I didn't know what my style, who I am deep down. I didn't know nothing about myself, I won't lie. But when I locked my hair, that sealed the deal for me. I was like, okay, yeah, this is for me. Because locks aren't for everyone. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys, everyone watching this, to go lock your hair, because you might not even want locks. You probably just want to watch me yap. And if you're here to just watch me yap, I love you. Thank you so much. Back on topic, I struggled with self-love a lot growing up. I was in a predominantly white school at a young age. I was very much influenced in that sense. I used to be, you know, one of these girlies when there was nothing to be doing that with, and that was like a big thing for me. Used to flat iron my hair a lot just so I can kind of blend in, but I don't want to blend in anymore. I want to stand out. I didn't really know who I was for real until after high school. Like, high school was cool, but like I didn't know who I was. I don't think anyone knows who they are in high school. Being around a whole nother race, being the only black girl in school, it was very much confusing and weird a lot of the time. But I'm grateful for that experience because I got to really connect with myself and learn myself on a deeper level. I want to just touch on that, you know, like if you're feeling like you don't know who you are, you're lost, girl same or boy same, especially if you're in your 20s, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna figure it out together. We'll figure it out together. Self-love is key. And lastly, patience. This is probably by far the biggest lesson that I've learned having locks, is the art of patience. Patience is a virtue, it's a gift, and my locks have definitely shown me that. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory, but to get into it, just from the start, where my locks were to how they are now, my locks were like here, and you know, they were so much thinner. No, they were thicker. They were a lot thicker. It was just like, just watching them grow, having to practice patience was definitely something for me, and I'm still learning to practice patience because I want those babies here. I haven't always been a patient girly. Like, I feel like I've gotten a lot better, but my patience used to be bad. Like, I low-key am the type of person where if I want something, I want it now. No questions. I want it now, and I want it a certain way. I want it my way. But it taught me that's not how life works, baby girl. So I had to really calm down on that and be like, wait, I had to learn that not everything is on my timing. It's in God's timing, actually, number one. So that's something key that I've learned within having patience. Patience is tough. It's so hard. It takes so much self-discipline. See, they connect. They all connect. All these things connect in their own way, because these are valuable life lessons, valuable life skills. There's nothing wrong with striving for perfection. It's not guaranteed because no one or anything is perfect, but let's strive for it. You know what I mean? In those skills. With that being said, these were the key lessons from my lock journey that I've learned. I'm sure there's so many more that I could talk about, but these were the ones that I actually like noticed and took note of and was like, yeah, I noticed that change for real. So like I said, if you're someone who wants to lock their hair, or you're just watching the video just because, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. The sun is wow. Okay, let's take a moment for the sun. All right, we had to switch spots. The sun was going crazy. But like I was saying, if you're watching this video because you want to lock your hair, or just because you want to listen to me yap, or because you just want to learn some life lessons, thank you so much for watching. And if you are looking to lock your hair, just do it. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Bye, my loves.